Hi, this is Nance, and we're still on the series of personal budgeting. This is a very exciting topic for myself, and we're just so excited about being able to put this up to you, because I think financial breakthrough, financial authority over your life is going to be one of the greatest gifts that you can reward yourself. So we talk about why have a budget. We also have shared what if you don't have a budget. We also shared an episode on what is a budget really, and today we're going to get started. How do we get started? How do I get started? Well, getting started is one of the most difficult things. So let me tell you up front, don't be discouraged. If you get started, just get started is half the battle won. Knowing it myself that there's many things that we want to do, but getting started is always the tall order. So getting started is really not that difficult in this case. What you need to do is, first of all, know how much income you have. That's quite basic, right? All the different streams of income that you know that you will have. So it can be income A, B, C, it could be a fixed salary from a rental income, it could be by commission. So income that you already know, that is half the battle, knowing what you earn. The next part would be knowing what you like to spend. So how do you get started? Okay, we're going to show you just in a bit. I'm going to show you in my little notebook here. It's kind of like an express way to know all the main items that you need. But you can put it on a computer, your PDA, your BlackBerry, whatever. You can get started. One of the key points is also know your past patterns. Also know how was your spending patterns. That's by collecting receipts. I know that sounds really boring, right? But it works. You know, personally for myself, I have receipts information of my spending structure, I think for the past 8 to 10 years in my computer system. I used to get my PA to key them in religiously so that I know how much I spend on entertainment, on food, on my dresses and what have you. And that information will help me to see what kind of lifestyle I want to live. So it's easy. If I want to live that lifestyle, I'm going to earn more money. And if I cannot have that lifestyle, and I want to live that certain lifestyle, I cannot. I just have to reduce my costs. So right now, just going to show you how to get started. Okay, right here you see this notebook that I have some express checklists. So as I sit here in a cafe, I'm just writing this down so that you can transfer this into your computer or your personal notebook. So there are just two really very basic important things. One is in, which means all the things that are like salary, sales, or different streams of income. So that will go into here. And then on a budget there is an out, and obviously an out would mean some of these major items. Now of course you may have more different categories, but I kind of block it up into some commonalities that we all have. Number one is housing, and under that you will have with utilities and all. Two, for example, transportation. Okay, don't forget in transportation, if it's a pure public transport, that could be quite easy. But if you own a car, then you may like to consider the tax, the insurance, parking, gas, and etc. And the list goes on. The third one is eating out, food or eating out rather. If you're a person that always likes to eat out, I would recommend a budget. So sometimes you can actually have a percentage of what you earn that may help to solve the problem. Okay, medical. This is often neglected in a personal budget because we all do forsake unless you have a medical insurance that will oversee and looking after you. 5, education. It can be a personal education if you're pursuing your education or children's education. Number 6, giving and gifts. That's a donation to a worthy cause, or you could budget an amount to give birthday gifts and anniversaries, gifts to your parents. That's very critical. 7 is also another item that many people often missed out, and that is very important. Okay, you need to budget, know what is the tax bracket that you have to pay. And so for example, if it's 15%, and so if you are, for example, earning 3,000, 15%, wow, that's actually quite a major amount, 450, put that down, 450 if you have to put that down. So don't neglect the tax, because usually people find it difficult to pay tax you know, at the end of the year because it hasn't been cared for. And finally, children, of course, like I said earlier, there are all the different needs and expenses that you would also have to pay for. So this is a very sort of a simple, you know, not complex budgeting. So make sure that your in is definitely more than the out. Okay, and that will do. Okay, I will add savings as well. That's a very critical part. Okay, if that allows, even 1% of savings is great, 5% of savings is great. Don't be too ambitious, because when you have a little bit of savings, that is already more than zero savings. Okay, so that's how to really get started, and we'll share more on personal finances. So here you go. These are some of the very important how to get started checklist for a personal budget, and we're going to share more about personal budget and how to succeed in personal finances. See you soon.